Now this is a chart of operating specifications. This has been set up for that same quality requirement of 7%. And with this, you plot the precision and the bias. So you just plot an operating point, and then you look to see what are the lines above that. And those lines, top to bottom, correspond to what's in that key. So if you look to see what are the two immediate lines above that, it's a multi-rule with an N of 4, 2.5s with an N of 4. And you're going to say, he was just really lucky with this example because both tools gave the same answer. No, both tools give equivalent answers. It's the same mathematics behind both of them. They're just different graphical formats. So some quick rules of thumb. So you can calculate sigma in your head, right? You just need to know what's the quality required, precision, and the bias. If you get a sigma of 6, then you only need 2 QC and you can do any rule you want. So 3S with an N of 2 is fine. If you get down to a sigma of 5, it would be a little better if you would tighten up the limits to like 2.5S. But an N of 2 is still okay. When you get to a sigma of 4, double the number of controls and go to a multi-rule procedure. So you don't always have to do multi-rule, but you should do multi-rule when you have a sigma of 4 or lower. And when you get to a sigma of 3, you should throw the method out. You should stop. You should create a huge fuss in the laboratory. You should complain to your supervisor, who should complain to your director, who should buy a new method. Because that is not controllable to the quality that you say you want to achieve. You need to now either improve the performance or buy a new method. So the process you go through to pick the rules, define the quality that's required, estimate the precision, estimate the bias, calculate sigma, and then use one of these tools, or if you can remember the rules of thumb, you've got a good starting point. So what are the important rules of thumb? Sigma's 5 and above, ends of 2, 3S limits. Sigma of 4, double the number of controls, at least 4, multi-rule. Sigma is a 3 and less, get rid of the damn method. And the tools that, if you want to do this in a quantitative way, we have graphical tools. And there are 2 of them, one in the CLSI document. The other, these OpSpecs charts are available. We have a computer program. Bio-Rad has a computer program that will calculate those charts. So, if you want to be quantitative, you've got manual tools or you've got computer tools. And let me just close with this. Here's an age-old problem. When girls mature faster than boys, how do you account for that? Have any of you ever had a teenager? You know about this problem? Have you ever had 2 teenagers? And was the problem any simpler with the second one? I mean, you didn't learn anything by having the first one? You still have the same difficulties with the second one? Really? That's a process problem. Do you understand that? It is not something that as an operator at the bench level you can do anything about. It's a process problem. And process problems have to be solved by upper management. The problem is poor planning. Someone got that wrong. And that process needs to be redesigned, and you and I don't have the power to do that. And the people at the bench level do not have the power to fix their control problems because you designed their control processes for them. So you have to get serious about getting the right control rules, the right number of measurements. Otherwise, you are creating serious problems for the people that work with you. Okay, so upper management, that's you guys. Do your job. Now, just to show you that these principles can be put into widespread practice, Dr. Jay Jones is going to take you through a very comprehensive implementation of these tools.